good afternoon, depending on what nation, country you're watching from today. Happy Sunday to you all. Psalm 50 is going to be my anchor today. The mighty one, the God, Lord, he has spoken and called the earth from the rising of the sun to its going down. Out of Zion, the perfection of beauty, God will shine forth. Our God shall come, he shall not keep silent. A fire shall devour before him, and it shall be very tempestuous all around him. He shall call the heavens from above and the earth, that he may judge his people. Verse 5, which is my major scripture today. Gather my saints together to me, those who have made a covenant by sacrifice. They became a family. The new bloodline is shed through sacrifice. And so today, I want to take you through something that is very emotional to me. It's very spiritually emotional, if I may use that word. I want to take you through this journey called life. And my vehicle through that journey is seed, is given. And no matter how much people like that or not, I want to show you the true result of it, the journey that brought us here. But before that, I've got some of the best singers in the world, Destiny Fulfilled. And I want you to worship with them or sing with them, whichever one you choose. But it's going to be an interesting journey. We have mentioned that we're not going to have our service for 2 weeks. So this is from the home setting today. We're not going to jump off any cliff or helicopter or stuff like that. We just want to have a simple 2-week break. But I want to talk to you as I open up 11:11. That's my 40th year on earth. It's a difficult time all around the world today, but I know something that has always prevailed. My journey, my story for the past 15 years. So however anyone takes that, it is my journey. It is my story, and I have every right to tell it. And everyone who followed suit, I believe the same thing and much more will happen to them. So that's Psalm number 50, verse 1. I'll praise you from the rising of the sun to the setting of the same. I hand you over to Destiny Fulfilled. God bless you.
I will praise you, from the rising of the sun, I give you praise. I will praise you, from the rising of the sun, I'll give you praise. I will praise you. I will praise you. Praise you. From the rising of the sun, I give you praise. I will praise you. I will praise you. Praise you. From the rising of the sun, I'll give you praise. From the highest of heights to the depths of the sea. Oh, creation's revealing your majesty. Yes, from the colors of fall to the fragrance of spring. Oh, every creature unique in the song that it sings, all exclaiming, indescribable, uncontainable. You place the stars in the sky and you know them by name. You are amazing, God. All powerful, sun and give source to its light. Yes, and tills it to bring us the coolness of night. None can fathom, indescribable, uncontainable. You place the stars in the sky and you know them by name. You are amazing, God. Oh, powerful, untamable. Awestruck, we fall to our knees as we humbly proclaim. You are amazing, God. Say indescribable, uncontainable. You place the stars in the sky and you know them by name. You are amazing, God. Say, oh, powerful, untamable. Awestruck, we fall to our knees as we humbly proclaim. You are amazing, God. Sing, you are amazing, God. You are amazing, God. You are amazing, God. You are amazing, God. Say indescribable, uncontainable. You place the stars in the sky and you know them by name. You are amazing, amazing, God.
Whoa, what a powerful God we serve. He's indescribable. He's awesome. I love that song because it talks about the magnificent, God's creation, the perfection of beauty. And that's why I love Psalm 50. It says, out of Zion, the perfection. And those who are watching me this afternoon or morning or evening, you are God's beauty. You are perfection. In you is all the perfection of God's creation. Look at the stars. Look at the seas. They are perfect. They look beautiful, but you are much more better. Because who is man that you are mindful of him? And that is why you must live your life like it's golden, because it's actually golden. In a moment, I'm going to take you to some streets. I'm going to show you some beautiful, ugly sights and all that. Like I said at the beginning, this is very emotional to me. It is more than just doing service. It's more than just showing nice or ugly things. No, it's actually personal to me. But in the balance of that, or the balance of that rather, is that we live our life, we enjoy our lives, and we just live every day in our corner with great joy. And then whatever God has in plan unfolds as time goes. So now I'm going to take you back to Destiny Fulfilled, and it's going to be awesome. Living my life like it's golden. Isn't that song, guys, right? Yeah. And by the way, you guys look awesome. And you're living your life like it's golden, and it's really golden. So thank you, Destiny Fulfilled, one more time. God bless you guys.
Living my life like it's golden, 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 golden. Living my life like it's golden, 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 golden. Living my life like it's 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 golden, golden. Living my life like it's 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 golden, golden. I'm holding on to my freedom. Can't take it from me. I was born into it, it comes naturally. I'm holding on to my freedom, claim the God in me, represent his glory, hope he's proud. I like living this kind of life. I'm living my best life. I like living this kind of life. I'm living my best life. I'm living my best life. Ain't going back and forth with you. I'm living my best life. I'm living my best life. I'm living my best life. Ain't going back and forth with you. I'm living my best life. I'm living my best life. Cause we like to party. Hey, 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 hey. Cause we like to party. Hey, 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 hey. Cause we like to party. Living my life, 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 living my life. Cause we like to party, living my life, 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 living my life. Cause we like to party, living my life, 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 living my life. Cause we like to party.
Whoa. Live your life like it's golden. Now I'm going to take you through the street of London and we're going to have fun. We're talking about as long as the earth remains, seed time and harvest will never cease. So let me take you through. We're going to rewind 15 years ago. Let's start now. My first reflection will be 2005, I think February, coming to UK. Did I know what life is going to turn out to be? No, I know that I had thoughts of success and whatever that meant at the time, I don't even know. So I'm going to take you, wear my hoodie and go to Southampton way. Introduce you to the flat then, and my thought would always be, what was I thinking? I'm trying to remember what was the thought of success. If you've asked me 15 years ago to define success, would I have called it a Spark Nation, raising people? I've always liked to raise people still, but I don't think I would have thought of it as what Spark Nation is. So what you're saying here now is that 15 years ago, Southampton, West Cross Garden, my brother welcoming me and stuff like that. And I loved God, there was no doubt, but I still had my own issues at the moment. So, yeah, that's Southampton way. Then I think about going around looking for jobs, actually. I think I started looking for jobs. In the videos you'll see, I was never a camera person, like take pictures and stuff. I just didn't think those things existed at the time. So you may not see pictures of all of that. I was very, I think I've always been a man in my own corner, in a way. So I'm oblivious of many things. I just focus on whatever is in front of me. And that's how I lived through Peckham. So, yeah, let's go Peckham. Let's go see. Let's go see the house. Let's go see the landings and stuff like that. Imagine coming down to London. This is my first experience. I mean, of course, being driven through 15 years ago, this is the first thing I see. Just this flag right here. And so, I'm not doing a documentary. I'm just, if anyone closes this asking me, what did you do? This is it. So we'll come, the exit stops here, or whoever picked us at the airport. Came through this, came through this alleyway. I remember I used to put the bin here, and yeah, just here. Just here. Spent a lot of time, lot of time here. No, okay, so the bin used to be here actually. Then knock the door, I'm going. So the days of thinking about what to do, what is life, what will be my vehicle. Learned about giving. So I used to take my little niece and nephew to school. Let me show you. Nothing. Nothing has changed. Still the same kind of cars, nice cars. The people that the way they look, good look, I think, I don't know. Still the same. And then there's the Marie Curie here, which is, so when we rewind, I'll take you back to my first shopping. But when we rewind, I'll show you at Asher's house. And when it was locked up, I told you the incident before. We came here for service. It's the Marie Curie here. Went upstairs, no drum set, nothing. Not been here for ages, man. So in the morning, take my cousin and niece to school. Walk through all this place. Imagine how new this was to me. I don't know what this city is. I don't have a clue about what this place is. What is it? What do they do here? I don't know if young people were in trouble, they do this. I just don't. It's so new. I wish I can show you my mind about how fresh. I have a lot of time in the morning to walk through this place. Southampton Way, guys. Southampton Way. Wow, I can't forget this place, man. Wow. Then all the way down, we go to, I'll never forget this walk. Dropping school and walking back home, just thinking about what is life, what am I here for? What am I in this city for? I had no clue whatsoever. No clue about what is going to be Spark Nation now or anything like that. No clue, just here. So please just imagine me 15 years ago walking on this street fresh in London City. I can't remember most of these buses though. I don't know them that much. But I remember these houses. These are all new stuff. We walk all the way down. We're going to the primary school down the road, which I won't get to. It's going to be a lot of work, but yeah. So I'm just looking at good people, but still same vibe, same look. And I'm sure people have grown from here to do good things in life 15 years after, but same vibe, same look, same demeanor. So this was the ends, mine. Harris Academy. So, but let me show you the lines of shops there. Yeah. So I know all these shops, but I'll show you the real chicken and chips one later, but we buy from here sometimes. This was one of the mollies, but it's not this one, but it's one of the, you use it sometimes. Again, chicken and chips, everything fresh to me. I'm just by myself walking. There's nothing called Spark Nation. I wasn't PT. I wasn't anything. I was just a guy on the street that doesn't know what next to do. Let me show you the job center we used to spend time in. So you see that Jamaican shop, my first attack, fresh guy from Nigeria. I didn't know, I was just going home and a little guy. So I'm thinking, why is this so aggressive? This is London, looks like you have good life here. Nah, it's that Jamaican shop. It's been there for time. And you see this job center used to be on the queue there. Come, let's go. This is new. I was in, well, new. I've not been here for years, so. I used to be right here in this job center looking for jobs, filling forms. So there used to be a queue all the way down here. It's interesting. Of course, things are still the same. I've seen so many buggies, church. Don't show the name of the church, please, but church, buggies, chicken and chip shop, women's salon. This has been here for time, long time now. And the barber shop too, very long time. You see this cafe, it's still there and people are still browsing years after. They are very hardworking young men. They are still browsing years after. Look. Hello, ma. Good afternoon, ma. How are you, ma? Ah, very well. How are you, ma? Thank you. Very well, ma. Thank you, ma. Thank you. The cafe is still there. There's the cafe there. Interesting. And then, of course, the Burger King. That's the main place. The Burger King. You had a gym somewhere down the road there. There used to be a restaurant, Obalende Suya here. I wasn't a fan that much, but yeah, we did patronize it a lot. We're one of the patronizers. But yeah. It's red light, isn't it? She's just going. she has the right. And let me tell you something. There's a shop there. There's a Pakistan shop there. I think it's closed down now. Used to spend time there buying Nigerian call cards. You know those days that you used to scratch cards? Mad. Let's go. Sunday shopping with my uncle, both uncles right here at the Lidl. And you get some food from Burger King. This needle, yeah, this is the first place where I saw people running after people. So I thought, what's going on? They said the lady has just stolen from the shop. The lady would be in her mid-40s. She was running with kind of corned beef or something, whatever the Congolese people eat, running down the streets, you know. It was a scene, fresh to me. This was me walking around the city, fresh, very fresh. Thank you. Okay, so walking through Peckham, you see Burger King. That was Old Street. I spoke about the job center. I remember queuing up there. For me, I just never realized why I didn't get a job. I never got any. Now, that's not an excuse for anybody. I'm just saying that I never just worked out until I got the kitchen potting job. And yeah, I wish I could show you that Bermondsey one. So yeah, Burger King, that was like home, you know. That was like home. In Peckham, we went through Rye Lane. We went to the Lido, just behind Burger King. And I heard that's Obi Bondu's hand, so it should have been with me actually. We went through the restaurant. At that point, I think it will be on camera somewhere. Guys, nothing just changed. So maybe I should leave this to the end, right? On my conclusion and my opinion. But I'll leave that to the end of this. All right, so I was actually at this point one day going for evangelism, and I had like £4 in my pocket, and I needed a trouser, and God told me to give it. Don't go away, come. God told me to give it to the beggar that was standing next. I told you that story before. It was actually on this spot. So this old car park, I would come distribute leaflet. I think in those days you were allowed to put leaflet by people's car. I got into trouble with that one. People like Pastor Pascalina will remember we used to come here, all this car park, stand, winter, it doesn't matter when, and just speak about Christ and church and stuff like that. Nothing changed. Again, the same. Look, let me tell you, let me whisper this. It's the same attitude. The people are just angry, and some are happy, some are angry. So if you think I want to brag about Euros or Richard Mille, that's not the point. I'm trying to say that on this street, we were here preaching. On this street, we were here preaching. On this street, we were here laboring. And we couldn't see today. There's no way in the world. There's no way. We can't see today. We can't see anything like that. We just kept doing what in our own little corner. It's very emotional and special to me. I remember getting home one day and I've just got a call saying that from the police, I've put a flyer on the windscreen of someone and they are hungry. In this place, you know. So what's the windscreen? The car is probably 200 pounds. But it's not them. It's just people are usually hungry here and vexed and annoyed. But it's this same place. Never thought. So I needed to bring you here, and we're still going somewhere. Let me show you the first trap house, like full house now. Not trap flat house. Well, this is still emotional to me. It feels like standing here because it was just this cold then. But just this cold by myself, walking, pacing around. And we actually thought people will come to church from here, but you didn't need people from here. God was just testing me. It's not the people. He didn't want me to be here anyway. Nothing wrong with being here. People are here and they are good people. But it was testing something out. So it's about me, not them. So when they didn't come to church the next day, it felt like I'm disappointed. But these are not the people you need there for this mission. Other churches need them and they're great people, but for this mission. But just this code, it wasn't a Givenchy or da-da-da. It was just a jacket, just here pacing the open and say, hello, do you want to come to church? Da-da-da-da. Just as a 26, 27-year-old guy without future. Morrison's car park is interesting. So like I said in the car park, which you've just seen the video, you're going to see the video, whichever way. We used to stand there to evangelize. That was like my training ground. So I learned two things at Morrison car park. That people that I asked to, I was on the street, I asked them to come church. They were not coming. They didn't come. But I understand that it's not about them. So if you see someone like Joshua, many of you don't know him, that's evangelist Jennifer's son, yeah. I think it was actually in the womb when we got our mom, when we evangelized to our mom in Morrison. So we used to stand there and distribute put leaflets on the car. In this time of the year, very cold, and I was fresh. I didn't understand that code, man. That was, I learned that. I learned how to persevere. I learned that God was actually testing me. It's not the people. It was you. You guys were, most of you were maybe 7-year-old. Then some of you were in prison or whatever. And then one day, like I just said at the car park, I needed a trouser so badly, so badly. Not because I want to fashion with it. It's just because my trousers are torn. I was sewing it. And then sewing, meaning you have to make it so that it stays alive. And then I got to that car park. I was going to go to Primark, which I went to today. You will see me in Primark, actually, son. I went there. No, I was going to go there. You pass through Morrison's, to go to Primark. And then I had some money. I can't remember the exact figure, but some money. And I've just seen someone, and I felt the Lord said to me, give the money to him. I'm like, I need maybe 4 or 5 pounds more to complete the money for a new suit and trousers from Primark. And I just heard, give him the money. How can that be? That's mad. Anyways, I gave him the money. I got home. My uncle just brought me a suit and a trouser. They out of nowhere, and they don't do that. He's a good man. He's a giver, I must say, due respect. But that's never on his mind. But he got that, and then I got some more money. It's like money just started flowing all through that week. So that, for me, that ground taught me, even though I knew about giving before, I can't tell you stories upon stories, but yeah, that was the evangelism car park for me, and the sewing car park, really. I'm going to take you on the first shopping, but you see this Irish that cave? No, live down the road as well. Yeah, all these places actually. Got some clothes from here at some point. So I want to show you where offending in Fendi started from. I didn't know it was Fendi, but let me show you in a minute. Boom. Boom. Right there. That's the real offending in Fendi. So those who ask where I get money to buy the Fendi from, that's it. Come shop. Yeah, this place, just this street. Let's go do the first shopping now. Clothes shopping. How I did it those days. Let's go do it. Come. You good? Can we cross now? Guys. Let's go do shopping now. Shopping in Primark. It's going to be fun. Hi, guys. I came for shopping. Okay. Where we go? Hi. Shopping time in Primark. I remember this Primark like yesterday. I think the men's department is still at the back. No, I'm lost actually. Where? Maybe men, yeah.
I believe.
They used to, there's homes now, you know. A lot has changed. Huh? Aye, aye. Okay. Let's do it.
Can I take it? Yeah, go on.
Let's do it. Remove this.
Let's take your mask down, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Same here. You too. Thank you. Nice to meet nice people. Looking for men's department. This was never there. I don't think so. I don't know, but I don't think so. So, yeah, I think that's where the men's are. So what do we buy today? Let me see. Guess who is here with me? PK is here. So what do we buy? PK needs a suit.
Oh, sir.
Sure.
Very nice suit, by the way. Very nice suit.
You can buy one for PO. He likes black stuff, right?
No, people like this one, you know.
He won't like.
Let me show you your stuff.
I actually want to buy something and pay, but forget it, man. I can't do this. Gotta go. I can't find anything. That's the issue. I give up. But I used to love the flared up jeans. I loved it. The jeans, the baggy jeans, and stuff like that. But can't find anything. I think they're out of stock for now. I should actually get Bondu something. This is his hands. Bondus. This is your end. I think I'll try and get you a jacket. The other day you were looking for some winter jacket, right? So let's go get Bondu something. Still, it's his hands. Okay, so this is the Primark we know. This is where we were. This is it. Yeah, I spent a lot of time in that Primark. You know those big jeans. I think it also taught me the law of seed time and harvest. I was always there because I like jeans, so you buy the baggy jeans one. But why did it teach me seed time and harvest? The more I was buying it, the more I had to give it out. Someone just needed it as much as I didn't have. So it's like I go there, buy like 2 jeans, and I've tried, as you've seen, I went Primark today. I tried to buy stuff there. There was nothing there really. I tried, to be honest. And nothing wrong with these places. So it's not like, oh, are you saying Peckham is not good? I'm just saying telling my own story. So I can't use it. I can't say, oh, when I was in Chelsea, because I wasn't there. So hey, calm down. Anyways, so I'll buy that and someone will need it. I'll have to send it somewhere. And then I'll have the ability to buy 4 more. So I was learning. I was growing in those times. And so for me, Primark was a learning ground for the purchase of clothes and the giving of it away. So it's not today. It's not giving Givenchy or Gucci away. It's just once I buy it, I know it's never mine. I've always known that from Primark days. This was our street, the first trap house. Pastor Sam came toward the end of this. Dare, Buki, Ade then. And a lot of people just came and they were just in and out. A lot of us, no unsuit. This was the seed. So all the big trap house that you see, the given for it was this. This is the beginning, just this house right here. The little is a 3-bed house, but very small, 2.5 bed actually. Open style kitchen. But without this, all the 27 plus houses and the ones to come will never be. This is the given. This is the given for it. We had cars here. I was driving a bus, a Chrysler bus, and we had a little Toyota there. I mean, a little BMW too. And when we moved in here, it was a big deal for us. We had a trap flat, but this was the major one. This was the HQ, guys. Just this little bit. And then you had the nasty neighbor who was always very angry. You understand how we can be so lousy sometimes, though. But imagine that this is just the demarcation. You guys can show it properly. Just the little demarcation is a thin wood. But without this, there is no love house. There is no Gold House HQ, Gold House extension. Without this was where God trained us on how to accommodate people. I think that cart is still the same cart. Guys, look at the cart now. Oh, there's another camera. Sorry. Yeah, I think I know this cart though. I'm telling you, I think it's the same cart. I hate carts. I like carts. Oh yeah, Mogo. Now you guys have just seen the first trap house ever. Now I was living in a flat in Oval before then. Dario was there. Buki comes occasionally. That's Pastor Dario, Pastor Buki, and some other people then. But the first step of faith, and I remember moving into that house. You've just seen the house, or you're going to see it now. I remember moving into it, and it looked like a big space. Dario was with me on the recording, and I said, how did we think this house was big? Now, you should have seen our snooker table. We had one huge snooker table, and the house is just 3 bed. It's more like 2.5 bed. But the first trap house taught us how to live with people. 2.5 beds. There's no ensuite there. There was nothing like that. It's a open plan kitchen downstairs. There's a toilet downstairs. I want to call it bathroom, but you'll misunderstand that. Then upstairs, one family bedroom, thin walls. Your neighbor knows everything you're doing, and she was crazy. Of course, we thought she was crazy, but knowing Spark Nation now, we were crazy. She would not be able to sleep. I can imagine now, you know. But that was our first trap house. Again, oh my God. This is why I said this is emotional to me. So imagine the house you just saw a few years ago. Imagine the houses now. Like I said, that was the seed for the houses we now see. That's what I've learned about seed time and harvest. So I think that if we didn't accommodate people then in 16 Caulfield Road, there'll be no need for the houses today. And we didn't see it. So it's not like, oh, let's go and have a trap house. No, there were just needs. There were needs everywhere. And we just thought we'll live with people. It's interesting on reflection right now. It was never interesting, and I can then tell you houses upon houses, but it's like we've never saved money for a house, but we've never lived in a worse house. And I think I need to tell these stories because in some few weeks I'm going to be 40, and reflection is important, isn't it? And I'm looking back now thinking, how much can I prove to a generation that the word of God works? Because it's been it's been that. So Caulfield Road, 16 Caulfield Road was the first trap house ever. I used to drive I think that it's a Chrysler like a bus then. Like a bus Chrysler. And I was very happy with that bus. It's like, it was nice. Like, we thought it was a great car, you know. So again, that means at every junction, I was contented. Just like I'm still contented now. So my actual house now, that's how I walked out this road. All this is new. The first time I heard about, so this guy lives with me just down the road. His name was Shona, and they beat him up here. That's the first time he ran into the house with blood, and that was my first encounter, like with real blood and stuff. They stole his phone, got his money offering and stuff like that. This was it, yeah? How you doing, man? This part wasn't there. This definitely wasn't there. This was there, always been there, but this is not the chicken and chips one. I'm taking you there. I know you guys are seeing it. This was very much there, still there. And you see this Jamaican shop? That was my shop. I don't know who owns it anymore, but that was my base. The people used to give me free stuff after a while of being in there. It's awesome. I learned every Jamaican food from this shop. They've changed the name. And this Chinese shop, okay, so I told you I went from the chicken and chips to the Chinese to the Jamaican. Why? This right here was Asho's house. Now, I think it's broken here. Yes, it used to be this old place. This is still there. This was Asho's house. So whatever name is on it now, I used to roll this thing up. I think this was the seed called Spark Nation. In other words, this was where we started church. Hi, how you guys doing? Yeah? Nice. Yeah, so this was the base of everything. This was what we did. So I rolled this shoulder up. And in and walk out. Walk tirelessly. And go back. The bus is just here. It used to be bus 177 and stuff like that. So let me show you the GP. Of Queens Road Peckham, this is actually the real G. This is the Queens Road Peckham where I first know ministry, how to preach or and stuff like that. This was the place. And this is the seafood. This is the seed for anything the nation family is becoming or has become. All this road, there was an entrance here as well. Let me show you the roller shutter. Buy your different. It used to be a roller shutter. It used to be a concrete roller shutter. Then there was a little community police place here. And they got to know of me here at a point because of young people. But yeah, that's how this is the street. Knowing about young people, knowing how to help them. It was this street. So, well, you see this shop here. This used to be community police stuff. Right here, this one right here. This was the chicken and chips place. So when I've said things like I ate chicken and chips in the morning, in the evening, in the afternoon, it was this shop. This was it. I think I'm gonna go in. Guys, can I have 20 quid? Please go, they won't record you. Nice. No.
20 quid.
20 quid, I think it's
Oh no, 20 quid. Like,
I think it's 20p.
I eventually got the mollies. Same location. I think it's still the same taste. I'm not eating this thing for time. I never did the kebab one. Don't worry. is that's where it all began, kind of thing. I think just getting a bit uncomfortable there. Let's see. That's where it all began, church-wise. So it was from that church house that we used to go to Morrison's and evangelize. My uncle just came one day and said, we found a place now for church, because we're actually meeting in that Southampton way, the flat you saw. We found a place. We don't know how we're going to pay for the next month, but God is going to help us. At this time, I started working as a kitchen porter, so whatever we had, we were adding it up. And yeah, people like, let me see who was in our church house. Pastor Bayo came, his parents came, and a girl, Dari's mom brought Dari and Michael. But you know, at those times, you don't even see the young people. They're just like children. Debbie's mom came from Nigeria, fresh. Fresh, like PK would say at the time. I think it was just focus. Eventually, Pastor Larry came. Pastor Larry, if you're watching, came Asher, so that those who say, oh, but there's no one that is still there from the beginning. A lot. How many more people? I can't carry people who are dead. I mean, they're not dead. I'm just saying, but they are. My uncle is no more. So what can I do? We're not 1 billion there. But again, I learned how to dedicate one's entire life to a cause from Asher House. Asher House is important to me because I also learned about business there. The uncle that was running the place, Uncle Shegun, we call him, an amazing man, actually put me in charge of the front shop. So it was a shop, but then it had a little hall. You know those makeshift hall downstairs or on the same floor. That's where I met people like Pastor Mark as well. They lived in the same room at the time. So their church also met in the hall there. And from then, let me just put it this way, I've learned how to help the community around that place with the little. So giving for me is not having. It's not that I have or that we have. It's just the fact that without knowing. So I think, now let me say this. I think because I wasn't thinking of a future per se. Yeah. I wasn't thinking, if I put this together, I'll build a future. Seriously. So everything I had was just given away, kind of. And I was still having fun, still very happy. And life progressed. So it's just like looking back now and thinking, how did we even get here? How did we progress? I think just helping people, everybody along the way. That's what I think. So now we had to leave Asher House because we've outgrown it and we needed something different. And what got us to Elephant and Castle, that 87A, I hope, I wish that there are videos or pictures put up. I think you've seen some. You'll see one where Buki was playing the keys with a very big, nasty hair on her head at the time. And some funny people singing in the choir. But everybody we met on the way, they are seeds. There is nobody, my opinion though, there's nobody that would have met me on this way. No matter how much they want to be vain or they want to be whatever, I think they will tell you that they met a kind guy, a giver though. Whatever they want to say after all the annoyance or excitement, I think they would know they met a giver. So we kept giving our life to all of these people, but it wasn't about them. I think God was up to something. So we're observing the seed time, then the harvest that comes later. So 87A, you see almost the ceilings dropping sometimes, water is coming out of the ceiling. It was dilapidated. We built it, we tried our best. But I think because my focus was just on the word, and then I've missed a part of the story because we couldn't go there to record today. God had taught me to start giving to a ministry, So we gave all we had. The journey from Ashes to 87A, we had to actually loan the money, 15K at the time, to get that building. It was tough. That was really, really tough, like sold all our lives. I remember sometimes I would carry the color gas almost from Old Ken Road to Elephant and Castle. My dad saw me one day trying to carry that thing to church. Color gas was, that color gas almost burnt Pastor Pascalina to death. She was doing behind, those naked fire, and that thing caught her scared. She was almost going to die. But I know she'll be laughing at this. But yeah, so we did that. Everybody worked hard. We loaned that, paid all the loans back, and got ourselves into that. And then we saw growth the most we can. I remember the day Pastor Mrs. Morris came. She actually came for prayer. She must have seen me on television, and she came to 87. Hey, that's Pastor Mrs. Morris. She came that day. I was tired. I was going to leave. I actually think it's Pastor Larry and Pastor Ronke's wedding days after the wedding, Again, what do I learn from that? Seed. That's the vehicle. That's, for me, look, I don't care what, I've said it and I'm going to say it again because this is a free service, so don't bite me. You don't. My own vehicle. People can talk about everything they met in life. They were hardworking, they were this, they were that. I just think I met people along the way. I gave them all that I've got. Either they did well back or not, I progressed still. And those who were speaking down at us 15 years ago, criticizing or that, they have become irrelevant today. Hi. This is Elephant and Castle, and you've heard many times we've said 87A, 87A. It's become something else now, though. So I remember this floor. It's a funny place, but the interesting thing is that the distance between the Ashes house and here is many years. And so imagine from here to, we went Old Ken Road, we went Lewisham, we went Greenwich, Picture House. I couldn't be bothered to go there today. But I'm just saying that it's a mission of seed and time. As long as the earth remains, seed time and harvest. And in 87A, what it has become today, there was still no thought of what Spark Nation, or we were just doing church, but it was still a seed time. That's the issue. It's probably still seed time now. You good? It's probably still seed time now. So we went all around those nations, those cities or whatever, to come here. Then we came back here because everything there didn't work, and then only to know that it's across the road, really. We just needed to come across the road. So let me show you Lancaster House. Come with me. Now we can drive. We're just supposed to cross the road, but we had to go back like 2 hours journey or so, depending, back there. But we were coming back here from there, just across the road. We actually saw this place as a dilapidated building, very dilapidated. Nothing was happening there, nothing at all. So we saw it growing. If you've heard the message on foundations before, this was the building they were drilling at the time. And then, wow, it's changed a lot has changed. So the world, the system keeps changing, but look at where we're coming from. The people did not change. So this Lancaster house, all this was not there. We will park here. And we were on the 4th floor. We're somewhere on the 4th floor here. Look at the building. It didn't change. And this was our entry. This was how we used to enter Lancaster House. So when you hear fourth floor Lancaster House, this is it. That's Ministry of Sound there. I'm sure nothing has changed but for COVID. But it's amazing to see this new stuff here. So the rich keep getting richer, but look at this. It's still always the same thing. So this is the journey. So we're here, and then guess what happens again? This journey called life. It was seed time. Always just about seed, about a foundation. And this journey, look, they are just across the road. Let me take you where you guys know now, where you'll be comfortable with, where many of you came in. It's still just across the road. Come, let's go. So did you see that journey? All this season we were sowing. God wanted us sowing. God wanted us doing something. God wanted us. It wasn't about the landlord or the monies we have or the monies we didn't have. It's about our lives as a seed. I think that was what the journey was trying to prove. So look at where we had to go when they locked this place May 2016 or so. Remember, we crossed the road. We're going to cross the road again. So now the seed has started walking little by little. And guess where we're going to now? And boom, most of you will know this place I'm going to now. This is what I call the gathering. This is when everybody was starting to gather. God gathers us in order to sift us, to take out the wrongs. Come. This is what we call Evermoth. This was now the seeds. I've started gathering now. We're here. Every month we came here, Pastor Faith, Pastor Daniel Hidewer, right here. I think this was the revival center. This was the gathering. This was when God thought that the seeds were now necessary. I remember service was finishing. There'll be so much cars here. Everybody came to Evermouth. Most of you knew Spark Nation in Evermouth. Some of you remember this car park. So this is why we call it Evermouth, because it's Evermouth House, right here. Look, again, I know you will hear this so many times today. If you ask me what's been the vehicle, seed and time. Harvest is going to come, but look at this. I'm sure many of you are screaming at home now, just remembering the days of Evermouth. And this is where the journey of the new real Spark Nation started, really. But it's the journey of life. How many years it got us to come here? How many pounds, sterling, millions, how many sacrifices, sleepless night, cries, laughter, dance, sorrow, everything. Everything brought us here in a hurry. We got here and boom, the explosion started. I remember looking down from there one day seeing Pastor Miriam coming in with a child who now is Glory. She wasn't pastor at the time. But this is a legendary place, very, very legendary. So let's go to the next place. You can guess, right? Where? Of course, I'm not going to take you everywhere because we're just telling a story, this journey called life. Let's go. Yeah, Lancaster House. Can I stand up a little bit? Lancaster was just like opposite 87A, but it wasn't that straightforward. This journey called life. So from 87A, we got a building in Lewisham, we got and all that went left. It was a very, 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 very tough time. It all went left. The building wasn't working, and then we found ourselves back in 87A only to find that there's a building opposite the road. A man actually who have sown into found the building for us, and yeah, we literally, like I said in the video, just crossed the road, but we had to go about like 1-2 year journey to come back to opposite the road. And I think, what was Lancaster for me? Lancaster was like the beginning of the revival. Lancaster was the first time I saw like hundreds of young people. So let me give you this case scenario. We've planned this program, right? We've planned a program, young people's concert. The first time we had boldness to say, let's just do a young people's concert. Yeah. Lancaster can seat about maybe 200 people, 250. 270, you'll pack it all out, and it will be like a huge, huge church. So that night, I think it was actually Pastor Honye's birthday. We gone for dinner. We came back to church, and I came back. The whole place was filled up, young people everywhere. I only sat at the back, and I was watching from the back. I didn't participate at all. They were doing the concert, My only work was at a point that night, I just walked straight to the altar and made altar call, and more than half of the whole church came out for altar call. But what I wanted to say with that is, I was sitting at the back, just observing how the service was going, and then a lady I can't remember anymore, actually walked up to me and said, "Do you know God is going to make you everything because of this? Because look at young people." I can't remember who the lady is. She's probably not a part of the church, and I can't remember. She just said, "You know, God is going to actually do a lot for you because of this stuff." So I said to her, I don't mind. I don't mind. There was no, I think then we started to learn we don't take offerings in church and stuff like that. We were just given to the young people. And because of that concert, we thought, now we're going to do another big program, And that's how the story of they locked up the building started. So if you get that gist, so that's Lancaster House, 4th floor. All these addresses you can remember. So we say 87A, Newington Causeway, SC16BD, and Lancaster House was 87, 73, something, Newington Causeway again, and then Ministry of Sound was just next door. Again, what got us into Lancaster House is about to take us out of there. Then every month, of course, you know the story. Now they've locked up Lancaster House, and that was a very terrible day for us. I'll never forget that. All the guys will remember, because we thought, imagine you're already beginning to dream that we're going to pull down some walls, it's going to be expanded, because we've seen the concert, we've seen that young people want to come to church. We are now woke. We're woke to the fact that young people want to come to church, and we're going to pull it down. We're going to make it a 500-seater hall. We had all those visions, and boom, tragedy struck. Now, what you call that tragedy now, for me, the best thing that ever happened to us. The best thing ever. But you see, years ago, it was a tragedy. It was like, you get to a place where you're saying, I give, I do everything, I live right, I don't cheat nobody, I'm trying my best, and this happens, really? That's the thought at the time. Seriously, like, God, you really allowed this to happen? After all that I've been doing, you do a soul search and say, did I do anything wrong? Did I not pray? Did I not? And you allow this happen, and guess what? You hear nothing. God says nothing. Then all of a sudden, in the midst of all that confusion, I saw the power of seed rise. So then I've clocked something now then, that seed does not even rise to speak until it's ready. In other words, it does not act until you're pushed to where the harvest is. So imagine we thought that the harvest is in, we're going to pull down the wall, more young people are coming to church. But the harvest was not there. The harvest was in move on. And until you move on, we're not going to see anything. So I'll take you to Evermont again. Come see Evermont. And I think that's the birthing place of revival. So the real harvest for whatever we've been sowing for time, it's not money. It wasn't cars and stuff. The real harvest was actually a revival. And we sowed for a revival. We sowed over the years, and there was no revival without us moving on. I think I'm going to go back to my seed. Hey, we're just in a room, so I don't want to jump on any aeroplane today. But I want you to get this gist. This is my story. This is prosperity ground. This is everything. Whoa, Bankside. Seed time. Let me give you a scripture for Bankside, guys. As long as the earth remains, seed time and harvest will never cease. Formation, revival, changing gang and all that, Bankside. Number growth, Bankside. Financial growth, Bankside. Everything, the foundation of what we're going to be is now set. Again, what's the vehicle for this journey called life? What was the most powerful vehicle for me? Focus and seed. That's the fact. I don't care what anybody says about any of these things. All I've just got to say is what worked for me is what I've shown today and what I'll keep showing forever. So then from Bankside, you know, Metropole, I can't go through, I can't visit all those places, but I wanted you to remember something. I wanted you to see the truthfulness of God's word, the sincerity of God's word, and how life focused on that word just keep getting better and better. And those who are bitter keeps getting bitter and bitter. But again, I repeat that for me, Bankside, the scripture for it is, as long as the earth remains, seed time and harvest will never cease. So that's Bankside. Now let's go. Now from here we go. Where do we go from here? Is it the Shard? Is it Dorchester? Is it every other thing in life? These are examples, just examples. So don't get worked up if you're a critic watching and say, oh, is Dorchester or that now designed for prosperity? No, you know what I mean by the things that our hands have handled. That's what we've seen. These are the things our hands have handled. So scripture for me is no longer just talking about seed and giving. It is the vehicle that I've seen and what my hands have handled. Of course, then from Avonmouth, you know what happened then. There was this place down the road that, what's it called? Avonmouth, the other place we used. It's also owned by ETC Center. But anyway, whatever the name was. Prospero, yeah, Prospero House. Imagine the first Sunday in Prospero House, it was like huge for us. Pastor Daniel had designed a board. We wanted that Prospero House, which I think we'll buy one day. Again, I repeat, I'm going to be 40. Either you see that as young or old, whatever. But my thought through the years is the people we met along the way. Because sometimes you're looking back and saying, but where are they though? Where are they yet? Some of them are actually good people. But I don't think we understand seed, time, and harvest. The first person that ever drove me in a Range Rover, his own Range Rover, And those days, you're looking at the Range Rover and say, wow, what a car, man. And then took us to their house and you're thinking, wow. Imagine I was walking around the places that I've just shown you, from Peckham to Elephant to Someone has something posh. But sometimes when you find them now, you realize that because in the past they have no seed for the future. They had the nice cars but no seed. So now you're wondering, where are they? But they know where we are. So Bankside, of course. By now you guys are saying, yeah, I remember. Some of you, when I got to Avonmouth, you say, yeah, now you've seen Bankside. Now you're enlightened. Now you know. And then all the other things from Bankside to, we started all our journey. Now, I've said this journey in like 1 hour or less, but you know that's a journey of many years. So let me conclude. From Bankside, I think what happened was we became global from Bankside. It was no longer a church or a movement that can be contained by any building. It became a global thing. It became something that is both famous and for some people infamous. Time will judge that. But what I can say for sure is that history will look at us and say, these are men that changed the world. That much I know for history. And so my conclusion, therefore, reflections, thoughts. Number one, the strongest vehicle I've seen in all this is seed. I believe in the word, and I've tested this word. It worked all the time. All the time. Time did not permit me to take you to Haberwood, Thamesmead, Plumstead High Street. Those are my hands. But I would rather speak about the people that I met. People that you had dreams with that said, we're going to do this and that, and then they changed their mind. I realized that their entrance into my life was to test my own resolve. Everything in this journey called life is about your own resolve. The things that you've made up your mind to do intentionally. The things that you do knowing that it may not even work. As a matter of fact, you don't even have a definition of what work means. Like if they say, what if it doesn't work out? You don't know what work out means or meant or would mean. And so we gave without knowing what if it works out, if it doesn't work out. We were intentional. We gave when we didn't have because our minds were made up for it. I felt God wanted us to move from Marshall's House to 87 Hay. And I did what I had to do. And those were the greatest moves of my life. People like Pastor Kola, they joined from 87 Hay as well. And then the time came we had to build Lancaster House. Imagine as a young man then, I think we needed about 200K to build that place. A young man, no means nothing, and we did it. And so, because we gave, never had. So when scripture says things like, consider the birds, or it said they don't have storehouse, they don't store things up, they don't have this. I can relate with that. He said, but yet your heavenly Father gives them. He said, even Solomon is not as arrayed as them. So, and I've seen that. No storehouse, no barn for the last 15 years. And we just lived better. We just had a better life. So what is the vehicle for me? Selflessness. Intentional giving. Intentional lifestyle. So what you see with this video as I'm speaking is how much we've given to Ghana. And we were in Ghana as a global church now. I haven't walked through all those streets that I took you through. We were able to work with the United Nations in Ghana with thousands of pounds and dollars. We were able to give to the poorest of the people, the poorest. And I need you to go and research what the Kayayes are in Ghana. The poorest of the people, one of the most forgotten people. These are women who take care of their family, but they carry market stuff on their head. In 2020, we partner with the UN there. Hundreds of thousands of people, tens of thousands of people fed in Nigeria during COVID. Business empowerment money. The money is, we can't even calculate. So when people criticize us and say, oh, it is this loan, it's that, it's this, it's that. I've always said, do the calculation. Just the ones that are made public. Do the mathematics. And you will think, if you are really sincere, you will say to yourself, how many loans can do this? How many fraud can do this? Like, do the calculation yourself. No, it is the sacrifice. And this sacrifice for me did not start yesterday. It started from nothing. So my conclusion, my own personal conclusion is that the vehicle that has driven me for the last 15 years is giving. That's the vehicle. There were times I prayed and there were times I was weak in praying. There were times that I lived right and there were times I had my own shortcomings. There were times that I studied the word and I loved the word a lot. But there were times that I was weak in studying. But I can't remember the times that I didn't give. That one I can't remember. Low, high. I didn't know that Gucci's and stuffs existed because I was busy giving. I didn't see other people. I didn't know what was going on in their life, if this one was doing well, if that one was doing bad. I didn't know. I only just saw people's needs and I had the art to meet it through the gospel. So this is my conclusion today. The whole intention of this service was just to tell a story of giving. That's what I'm going to do from a different perspective, other people's perspective, because now someone can be watching this and feel like, oh, but that's you, you're just lucky. I want to show you one or two people too that grew up with me in this system. So thank you for listening one more time. And hey, if you've not given your life to Jesus, I think that's the beginning of giving one's life. So I didn't do this so that you can give money or whatever else. It doesn't matter. I've seen days when we expected, the days we used to get offering and tithe, when we expected a lot so that we can pay the church bills, and nothing came out of it. So imagine you're expecting, oh, people are going to give like 5K today in Jesus' name. Jesus, we used to pray for like 5K. Just because the rent is like 35, you owe this person, not person, whatever you owe as church bills. And guess what? Offering comes back. Guess how much it was? 500 pounds. And you're then thinking, oh my days, what am I going to do? The landlord is looking at you like, yeah, you said you're bringing the money today. You're thinking what you're going to do. And at that point, you want to complain, you want to give up, and God say you won't dare. You hold the money in your hands and say, Father, I thank you because you always supply. You just give thanks. And that's like, man, where do we go from here? And somehow, we're still here years after. So what I'm saying with that is, if you've not given your life to Jesus, that's the first giving. Then every other giving afterwards. You can't give as a selfish person because you would always look for your own interest. But the story of my own life and many people that I've seen reason unusually, even among you, the story has always just been, it's more like we didn't care about tomorrow. For tomorrow will take care of his own needs. I rest my case upon this. Again, we're on 2 weeks break. When we're back, you're going to see all the kind of service that we used to do. But today, I just thought, let me sit down with you and let's just go through the street. It's always good to look back 15 years after from another perspective. Another thing I saw on the street, though, I know I wanted to round up, but another thing I saw was that people didn't change. Like, I'm walking through those places today. The people I know 15 years ago, some of them may not live there anymore and stuff like that, right? But guess what? The anger is still the same. Their demeanor, the look in their face. Now, it's the younger people now that are there, meaning younger than those who were there 15, but it's still the same. We drove through a restaurant I used to go to, a local buka, we call it, and it's still the same. Guys still hanging outside. The look on the people's face on riling is still the same. The anger, the frustration of life, they wear it upon themselves. And I'm just saying to you guys, please, I beg you, the best gift you will give to yourself in life, change company from wherever you are born into, get into a better company around people and let people say all manner of words. Say, oh, you think you're going to be this. Just change environment. Because in that same environment, people just don't change. But hey, it's our own season of glory, right? And God is with you. God bless you all. Amen.